Hey everybody, Andy Kvernen here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. Have you ever felt like you're getting kind of yanked around in life? Like there's just stuff that's happening that's out of your control and it's frustrating? My sister was living in an overseas situation when she was down at the marketplace with her sons and getting some groceries, doing what needed to be done in order to sustain their life. And she got a call, and the call was from somebody back at home saying, hey, you got to come home. I think it was from her husband, saying, hey, there's some people here and we've got to entertain them, because in that culture it was expected when guests arrive, you had to provide for them. Maybe you had to provide a meal, and you had to make sure that they were well taken care of. And so you can imagine my sister with her little boys having to leave what she was doing to go back to entertain other people. It was not maybe a happy experience, maybe frustrating for her. Now, she's probably more mature than I would have been and handled it okay, but here she is getting kind of yanked around. Well, there's a story in Scripture where one of God's people gets yanked around as well. And I'm going to share more on my sister's story in a little bit, but I want to bring you to this story in Genesis 19. This is the story of two messengers who visit the man Lot. He's Abraham's nephew, and he's living in the city of Sodom. And the Lord is about to bring judgment on Sodom, and he sends two messengers, really on behalf of Abraham, in order to bring Lot out of the city so that he and his family can escape the judgment. And so these messengers come in at night, and Lot brings them into his home, and the city of Sodom acts true to form. They're deplorable. They do these detestable things, and it's beside our point for today what they actually do. But the next morning it's clear God is going to bring judgment on Sodom. And so he tells the messengers, hey, get this family out. The messengers tell Lot, hey, we got to go. It's time. God is going to bring judgment. And I want you to listen to what happens here, starting in Genesis 19, verse 14. It says, so Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city. But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. How's that for ambivalence, right? They think Lot's joking. They're just totally brushing off what's going to happen. And then listen to what happens next. Verse 15, with the coming of the dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, hurry, take your wife and your daughters who are here, or you'll be swept away when the city is punished. And you know, you can imagine there's some urgency here. You guys got to get going, but you can tell that the family just isn't accepting the weight of that urgency. They're not buying in, because the next verse says, when he hesitated, and implying when Lot hesitated, when his wife and his daughters hesitated, look what happens. The men, these messengers of God, these angels, grasped his hand and the hands of his wife and of his two daughters, and they led them safely out of the city. Sometimes what happens is we get yanked out of our situation, and we need to be led. And listen to this next phrase, for the Lord was merciful to them. Friends, sometimes mercy looks like getting grabbed by the hand and yanked out of our comfortable situation because it's what's necessary for us. Sometimes mercy looks like God grabbing us by the hand and leading us where we don't want to go. You know, my sister was down at that marketplace, and she was called home about an hour before a massive tsunami crushed the market that she was in. And the Lord spared her life and the life of my nephews, and I'm so grateful. She probably didn't want to go home. She didn't want to be inconvenienced, and yet the Lord knew. And knowing my sister, she just trusted the Lord in that, and she went home. We haven't actually talked about that level of detail. But there she went, and the Lord was gracious, and the Lord expressed His mercy by grabbing her by the hand and bringing her out of that perilous situation. Friends, sometimes, and I think maybe far too often, we're like Lot. We're hesitant when the Lord is moving us to bring us to a different situation. It's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, we're not sure what's to come. Let me encourage you, when the Lord grabs you by the hand, go with Him, because sometimes mercy looks exactly like that. God bless you, friends, and may we be faithful in responding to where the Lord brings us today. Have a great one.